Oh my god. Good morning guys, welcome back to the vlog. We're on a little bit of a mission this morning because my power meter, my power tap P1 pedals are running out of battery. They take AAA batteries, one on either side, but they recommend using lithium batteries, not alkaline batteries. And Duracell, which is like one of the main brands here in the UK, they are alkaline batteries. So I need to go to the shop, I need to go and get some lithium batteries. What I really need to do is get some rechargeable batteries, but I just haven't yet. And because I need my power meter right now to train, I'm just gonna go down to the local shop and hopefully they've got some alkaline batteries. No, they've got some lithium batteries. Why is everything so complicated? Look how disgusting that car looks. Absolutely filthy. I wouldn't mind, but I only cleaned it about 3 days ago. Our local Sainsbury's doesn't have any lithium batteries. I feel like this is going to be a bit more of a mission than I first anticipated it to be. All right, quick update. I've been to all the shops in my village. I've been to 4 shops. I've been to the chemist, the post office, corner shop, Sainsbury's, oh, and the garage. 5 shops I've been to. None of them had lithium batteries. I'm gonna go into town, which is where I got the batteries from last time. It's like a 15-minute drive. I've put the camera on the top there and I'm not holding it because I'm driving down this road and basically last night it froze and this morning it rained. So even though it froze and they gritted the roads last night, it rained like this morning. And because it's so cold, it's currently 0 degrees. That rain has caused a layer of ice over the grit and the roads are absolutely horrendous. I am definitely 100% not riding on these today. I'm just sliding everywhere, just like the camera. You have no idea how many shops I've been to try and find some lithium AAA batteries. Finally, we were not defeated. I went to 5 shops in my village. I came to town, which is like a 15-minute drive away. I've been to Tesco, I've been to Booths, I've been to somewhere else, and finally I ended up at Argos. Like, why are these so hard to find? So whilst the weather's so bad outside, I'm just cracking on with training this morning on Zwift. Currently done 40 minutes, watching the Fast and Furious on that screen. We've got Zwift on this screen. My biggest fan of it. So as I mentioned a couple of times, my planned training today was like 3 hours endurance. So what I've done on Zwift, I set up a workout for 3 hours using the erg mode feature, and what this means is basically I just have to turn my pedals, and my smart trainer, I've got a Wahoo kicker snap. That alters the resistance to keep my cadence in line with the power that I'm trying to hold today, which is 260 watts. It's an absolutely brilliant feature, especially like if you're doing a long ride like I am. You can just, all you gotta do is focus on turning the pedals. You don't have to worry about holding a certain number. The turbo trainer takes care of itself. So I set up the workout to be 3 hours long. I don't know if I'm gonna do 3 hours. I might split it up today and do like an hour and a half now, and then another hour and a half in the evening. But I mean, I'm just gonna keep riding, man, until I get bored. So far I've done 42 minutes. I'm not doing too bad.
I should've made you show your cards. I should've known you were bluffing.
Alright, so done an hour and 40, just ticked over the hour and 40. We've got an average power of 250 watts. Starting to get a little bit bored now, although it is pouring down outside. So I feel like I made the right decision riding in here today.
Wish I could reverse the time, reverse the script, so you know just how I feel. Summer's gone and you left me here to fall, and my heart froze, now you're gone, and these winters are so cold.
Okay, so here's a quick update for the rest of the day in terms of training. I did 2 hours this morning on the trainer on Zwift. My schedule today is 3 hours and I still want to do that full 3 hours. So I had a quick look on the Zwift mobile app and I found out that there is a WBR 3-lap hilly race. It's 17 miles, which is at 5:30 tonight. So I feel like today might be a good day. Do you mind licking me? I feel like today might be a good day to do my first ever race on Zwift. I've entered the A race, so I've got about 4 hours, 3 hours now to rest up and try and recover as much as possible because I'm probably going to get absolutely battered. You just love attention, don't you? You just love the attention. I'm in town this afternoon, I've got to pick up a few bits, but whilst I'm here, I'm I'm gonna go and do some work, or go and edit yesterday's video at Costa. Like something that you guys don't see, what goes into making these vlogs, is the editing process. And each video takes about 3 to 4 hours to edit every single day. So as you can imagine, if you're doing daily videos, the editing process can take quite some time, especially when it isn't like your job and you're doing other things. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Costa, get a coffee, get some food, and edit the vlog.
Summer nights, they're no more now that you're gone.
You have no idea how cold it is right now. All right, so I was supposed to mention, well, hey, look at the sky, man. Look at that sick sunset. My apologies, I digress. I was supposed to mention this in yesterday's video. If any of you guys are wanting to go to Calpe this winter, like on a training camp, and you're after some cheap accommodation, send me an email. My email address is in the description. I might be able to point you in the right direction. We've got about 45 minutes now until the race. It's at 5:30. It's currently, whatever, 4:45. I'm just currently setting up. I need to go and get changed and put my kit on. I've spoken to a couple of people about Zwift racing or virtual racing and how it differs from real racing. And the underlying thing that people have said to me is, like, if you're good at racing out, like real life racing, I guess, that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be good on Zwift. It's like a different style of racing. It's completely different tactically. So I'm really excited for my first experience. What I'm gonna do right now is go and get my kit on, get ready to race. I'm gonna record the screen, record the race, kind of give my like commentary overlay and pick out the best bits, pick out the highlights, and just talk about it that way a little bit. All right, that's it. Wish me luck. This is my first experience of virtual racing.
I wish that I was better at this. Falling out of love is not as easy as it seems. I was mistaken, I caught in my feelings.
All right, here we go. So one thing people told me to do when you're racing on Zwift is to start going like pedaling hard before the race actually starts, if that makes sense. So like when the race does start, you've already got an advantage over it. Well, everyone else is doing the same thing. Basically, you just gotta pedal hard before the actual race starts. So we got like 25 seconds to go now. Like one guy's just jumped the line. I don't know what he's doing. He's chilling. He's just chilling. That's what he's doing. So as you can see now, 5 seconds to go. I've decided to ramp up the power a little bit. We're doing about, what we're doing, 300 watts here. So as the race starts, we're doing around 300 watts. So like from what it seems, all the different race categories set off together. So you got the A race, which is what I was in, the B race, the C race, and I believe the D race. So there's 4 different races, like 4 different abilities of riders, and it seemed to split up fairly quickly. I had no idea how hard I needed to go to maintaining this bunch. Like, I guess it's just part of the inexperience of not racing on Zwift before. But I was just doing like 400 watts, man. Yeah, maybe I could have gone easier and still sat in the wheels, but yeah, I just did 400 watts for 350 now, 360. So like in terms of my game plan for this race, I didn't really know. Again, I don't know what to expect. I'm gonna say this a lot. I didn't know what to expect. It's completely new to me. So I just kept myself. I thought like the move here, the plan is just going to be stick at the front. That's C. McLaughlin, Chris McLaughlin. He actually watches these videos, and he sent me a message before saying he's going to be racing, and I knew he's quite a good rider. So I thought I'm just going to copy what he does. So the first climb is coming up right now. It's pretty close into the start of the course. With a guy just peeling off the front here. So as you can see, like we're already just A and B riders, all the C riders and all the D riders that have dropped off the back. We're just about to start are we about to start the climb? Is this the climb? Yeah, Zwift KOM. So we're just starting to climb now. I'm probably a little bit far back, like coming into the climb. I didn't know the climb. I didn't know this is where the climb started. So yeah, for me right now, it's just about maintaining it in this pack. A couple of the light guys went off the front, and yeah. See, power-ups is another thing. I need to learn how to use power-ups and like when to use them and what to use them. And yeah, Zwift racing is like a whole new ball game to bike racing. So as you can see here, I'm doing like 450 watts, like pressing on quite a bit. We're nowhere near the max. We've still got 26 kilometers to go. I didn't want to completely gas out first lap, so I was like, just hold the wheels. No one's going off the front. We've got a few guys there just up the road a little bit, but for the most part on this first lap, it's all together. As you can see on the right hand side, we've got a group of about 15 guys before any gaps are starting to open up. This KOM is like a minute in length, so it's kind of like a 1 minute power climb. All right, skipping ahead right now. We're at the start of the second lap. We're just going up the climb. Nothing really happened that first lap. Like once we got over that climb, it all just eased off a little bit and everyone came back together. It didn't ease off, but you know what I mean. There was no attacks, there's no nothing. But this is the second time at the climb. I decided to hit it a little bit harder. As you can see, they were doing like 500 watts. Our heart rate's pretty high, 193 watts. As you can see on the right hand side, we've got loads of all these guys riding, and the power thing is orange. Like they're doing 12 watts per kilo. Wow, okay. And this is why I got, like, look at the gaps opening. I'm doing 600 watts nearly, and these guys are dropping me. My heart rate's at 196. We're not far from our max here, and I was getting dropped. Yeah, I was getting dropped. I was getting dropped at 550 watts, 198 heart rate. Like, are we gonna? Like, I didn't even look at my heart rate. I just had my head down. I wonder if we're gonna hit over 200. My max heart rate is around. Do you mind? My max heart rate is around 202 BPM. So like, I know when I get to around 200, that's kind of my limit. Even though I don't really look at my heart rate when I'm doing an effort, but that's my limit. So as you can see here, Chris McLaughlin is 10 seconds ahead. 10 seconds. Like, you seen how hard I went up that climb then, and he gapped 10 seconds. That's some serious climbing ability right there. To put 15, 16 seconds. So yeah, we've crested the top of the climb now. I'm just trying to recover a little bit. Like Chris is out on his own. There's one more guy, T. Grimshaw, or two guys, sorry. 2 guys ahead of us. Like, they're not going to stay away on their own. The race is starting to split up now, as you can see on the right hand side. We've got a few guys, like maybe 6 or 7 guys, and then we've got a gap back to 10 seconds. So that second time at the climb, we really did split the race. And yeah, we're descending down now. We've got a decent group going. As you can see, they're all A riders. Like, this front group's all A riders, so the different race categories have naturally sorted themselves out. So we're well into the descent now. Chris still has a 20-second lead, so I decided to put the hammer down a little bit just to bring him back in. You know, just to bring him back in. Maybe he's like ridiculously light and he can just get up the hills incredibly fast. In which case I'd be a lot heavier, so I can descend faster. So my idea was to just press on down the descent and reel him back in. Like, it's hard to sustain an effort on your own 16 kilometers out when you've got a fast chasing bunch behind you. But I just wanted to help. I didn't want to sandbag too much. I just wanted to help contribute to that chase to bring Chris back, which inevitably we did. So it's coming through the sprint point now, and this is the second hill, or the other hill on the circuit. Like, there's 2 main climbs. There's that one at the start of the circuit that I talked a little bit about just now, and then the second climb, which is a little bit shorter and it's a lot easier as well. It's more of like a sprinter's climb, I guess, like a power climb, pure power. And yeah, these few guys just peeled off the front, so I very quickly try and shut that gap. Or, well, I don't very quickly shut the gap. I let 2 other guys shut the gap and I just jump on the wheel. It's racing. This is what you got to do. So yeah, we've got a nice little group here. There is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people now. We've got, I guess it's not really a breakaway of 8 people. It's just the front of the race. There's 8 of us left. Everyone else has been dropped now. I'm toast. Yeah, he's toast. I was toast as well. So it's going over the top now. Chris again gapped us. He put 4 seconds into us on that climb. How? So as you can see, I've got the draft boost up on the left hand side, the top left, and I seriously need to learn how to use these and when's the best. I get that the best place to use the featherweight thing power up is on the climb because it makes you lighter. But like, when do I use the aero draft? When I'm descending, when I'm sat in the group. Another thing I didn't really know about is how much you can back off on the descents. Like, can I freewheel down the descents and stay in the wheels, or do you have to keep pedaling? It's just all new to me. I'm keen to learn. I'm excited to learn how like racing online and how virtual racing works. So yeah, we're still in the front group now. We're nice and comfortable. 189 BPM heart rate. We're cruising. We're cruising. I'm trying to think about bringing my heart rate down a little bit because we're inside. It's hot. So we're on the final lap now, and like my pre-race game plan was, if I was going to do any attacks, it would be on the final lap. So just like we're about to come up to the climb for the final time. The group is whittled down now. I think there's seven of us left in this group. All of us are A race riders. So at this point here, I just noticed that we're about to start the climb, so I feel like I need to be a little bit higher up. So I press on a little bit just before the start of the climb to just get in contact with the front of that group. And now you can see all the guys starting to power on. Chris McLaughlin, 13 watts per kilo right there, absolute maniac. He's already gapping us. Like, look, right, watch my power here. Watch my power. 640 watts. 620 watts, and he is 630 watts, and he's gapping me. Look, how? My mind's blown. My mind is blown about how these guys can do this. But look at it. We're about to lap some riders to the back of the D race and the back of the C race. We're quickly approaching or quickly chasing these. So I believe it was a fast race, and I believe it was a hard race. But yeah, I just don't know how Chris puts in so much time. 7 seconds already. So yeah, at this point I was like, right, whatever, let him go. I doubt he's going to be strong enough to be able to maintain that lead on his own. So I'm just going to drop back a little bit and get in the next group of riders. So there's like 4 or 5 of us here. I noticed this guy just let the wheel go, so I decided to try and get up around him. But he then decides to shut the gap. So yeah, I'm in a nice little group here. Peak for you, Cam. See, and he's texting, he's typing, and put 15 seconds in. He must just be an insanely strong rider. That's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say. So we're at the top of the KOM, we're at the top of the main KOM. I distanced myself a little bit. Like, I wasn't too worried about this. I knew that I knew that I'd be able to catch them all on the descent. We're only 8 kilometers from the finish now, so I didn't want to completely spanner myself in that climb and have nothing left for the end. So I just thought I'd catch him on the descent. Fast forward a little bit of time. As you can see, I caught the guys on the descent pretty comfortably. My heart rate's now at 192. I'm suffering now. Like, I'm really suffering. This is so much harder than I thought it was going to be. All right, so we're at 2 kilometers to go now. Chris is still just off the front. He's 1 second ahead. But yeah, we catch him. We catch him now. 2k to go. My game plan right now was about 1.5 to 1k to go. I was just going to hit it as hard as I can. My short duration of power is pretty good. So yeah, that was my game. That was my plan. But as we know, plans don't always work out. And I was absolutely knackered. Look, my heart rate there, 198, doing 450 watts just to hold those wheels. We've got a bit of the descent now. All I'm thinking about all the way through this race is where are the points that I can recover, because like it's very hard to do repeated hard maximal efforts without any recovery. So I'm just looking for, and again, I don't know the courses, so I don't know where the descents are, I don't know where the easiest sections are, but I was just quickly trying to sort of work out where I can recover. So anyway, 1.1k to go now. Yeah, I wanted to attack here, but I just couldn't. I was pretty much on my limit at 196 heart rate. I just thought I'd just let it come down to a sprint. The final group of 7 now. We're in the final 300 meters. As you can see in the top right, when am I going to sprint? Right now. So there we go. 750, 800 watts, 850. Mate, I was knackered. Absolutely gassed. 900 watts we peaked out there. 200 beats. 201, 202. See, there we go. Like, that's how I know I was on my limit, because at that point there we're at 202 beats per minute, and that's physically as hard as I can go. So as you can see, what I was looking at here is, so my average power was 342 watts, which was the highest here with anyone with a power meter. I had the highest average heart rate of 188. So anyway, I got 4th in my first race. It was around 40 minutes in duration. Really good fun. It's like a really interesting way to mix up training a little bit, particularly when the weather's bad outside. If you enjoy the racing, drop a thumbs up. If you want me to do more racing, and also if you want me to do a live stream, drop a thumbs up in this video. But guys, thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Summer night.